What's up, everybody? We back. R2C2. Another week. What's good, cuz?
Special Wednesday release this week because Thursday is Thanksgiving. So we want to give people a chance to consume it on their drive in to their final commute before the holiday weekend. I know how much
Thanksgiving is here already.
Man, it is wild. This is your holiday too, right? See?
This is my holiday. For sure. And, the last couple of weeks, man, I've been like down. I had surgery beginning of November and had like a few complications with it. So I've just been in the house for the last like 3 weeks. You know what I'm saying? So now I got some family coming in. Joe Mar's upstairs right now. So him and his kids are here. My father-in-law is here. So it's my brother-in-law comes in tonight. So I'm needing this holiday, and I'm thankful for my family and the people that are coming in to kind of lift my spirits up a little bit.
Oh, that's great to hear, man. That's great to hear. Is mom coming in for Thanksgiving as well?
My mom's been here, so that's
okay. So she's here.
We're slowly but surely, moving her to Bergen County.
Good. That's what I like to hear. Got to get her there full time, right?
Yeah.
What about Auntie Glow?
Glow didn't make it in this year. She's not coming in this year. But
did she send the recipe for the dressing?
Yes. Last year she FaceTimed us. When we made it. So it'll be the same thing this year.
and dressing is stuffing.
Dressing is what you call stuffing.
Right.
Yeah.
And stuffing is dressing. Got you. Yes. And because I remember for a while I was like, I didn't know. I thought it was like sauce or gravy or something like that. Yeah,
no,
yeah.
It's the same.
Yeah, but and stuffing is just, it's the best, man.
No, it's my favorite thing of the holiday. You know what I'm saying? So this is just like a perfect holiday for me. I get to eat and do whatever I want.
Watch
football. Watch 2 sets of football, right?
Yeah,
World Cup and
man.
NFL.
How about that? How sick is that? Are there games on Thanksgiving? There's got to be, right?
It's got to be, yeah. But I'm assuming, yeah, for sure.
Because do they have any?
Because it's the group stage, so it's been games.
Yeah. They have games every day. There's no days off at this point, right? Okay, so Jackson says there's 4 games. Sick,
perfect,
man.
Which is sick.
It's going to be so sick.
And it's cool because it starts super early. Like this morning, I got up at 5 a.m. to watch the Argentina match. So
you're an animal, man.
It's cool. I mean, I'm just a sports fan, guys.
Yeah, you really are. You are a true sports fan. Like a true sports fan. Oh, see, here we go. 5 a.m., 8 a.m., 11 a.m., 2 p.m. for the games on Thanksgiving for the World Cup.
Yeah, which perfect because I had to stop looking at the Fox schedule because they was giving me an hour early to watch their coverage. So it would be like 4 a.m., 10 a.m. You know what I mean? They was giving me
your
the 8
ass
to
is
10.
waking up at 3:50.
I'm like, fuck this. Like, I don't want to watch the coverage. Like, get me to the match.
You know what's funny, man? Like, well, before I say this, because I won't forget, I just want to check. How are you feeling now? How's everything going?
I feel good.
Okay.
I got cleared by the doctor to start back working out a little bit. I can go outside now. I'm good. So I'm in better spirits for sure.
Good, man. Happy to hear that.
Appreciate it.
And I'm happy that the kind of celebration of that gets to be Thanksgiving. Yeah. And I have to say, there's maybe nothing I enjoy more as a sports fan than watching live sports in the morning. Like, there's something amazing about it, man. Like, I feel this way whenever I'm on the West Coast on a football Sunday.
Yeah.
And I was on the West Coast for not this past Sunday, but the Sunday before when that Germany game was on NFL.
It was 6 in the morning.
6 in the morning, man. And I woke up because I wake up early when I'm on the West Coast. I wake up early anyway, but I wake up really early on the West Coast. And I turned on TV. I'm like, this is so sick. I'm watching football in Germany the second I wake up, but it's a game that matters and it's live.
No, I mean, that's what I grew up used to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like first thing in the morning at breakfast, I'm watching, the Big Ten, 9 o'clock on Saturdays. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just used to having that live sports early in the morning on the weekends. And now even like when we get the London games, the 9:30, I love it, man. I'm up so early, and I just love, like you said, watching live sports early in the morning. It's just I don't know. It's one of those things, and growing up that way, I kind of miss that.
Now I have to ask you to clarify something. So you set your alarm to watch the World Cup this morning?
Yeah.
How did Mama Bear feel about an
Oh, she
alarm
was
going?
fucking pissed. She was so fucking because she couldn't understand. She was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Like in a real mean tone. You know what I'm saying? We talk to each other in a language that most people wouldn't understand. But this morning she was really fucking mad. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, it's fucking 4:50 in the morning. I was like, nah, it's Argentina. I gotta go watch Messi.
Oh my gosh. That's crazy, man. Well, and it was quite the matchup to watch because how about that? I mean, I'm trying to think of a comparable upset, but that is a massive, massive upset from Saudi Arabia.
There is no comparable upset. And what was crazy is I got up that early to watch Messi do what Saudi Arabia did to Argentina. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I watched the fucking England match and I'm thinking, oh, it's going to be a blowout. Like, this guy's going to score a bunch of goals. This is going to be a sick game to watch. And it ended up being a really sick game to watch because of the upset.
So you were glad that you got up?
I was definitely, it was worth getting up for sure.
Nice.
For sure.
You know, it was fun. We just moved into the new place. And one of the things, like, so where we were living temporarily, as we were building our home, we only had one TV, and it was kind of like centered in the one kind of living space that we had. And we haven't really like introduced EV to TV yet. And like occasionally you would pop it on if like I'm on, like Andrea would be like, oh, Dad's on TV or whatever. But there was no real ability to like have it on in the background, if you know what I mean, at the old space. So, because it was kind of like if it was there, it was going to be like the focus and distracting, So what's nice about being in the new place and having the World Cup be on in like the first days I'm there is just like, I could just have the games on all the time, and it's not like front and center at all. It's not a distraction, but it's there for me whenever I want it. And with the World Cup, you just have games nonstop.
You kind of miss that too, huh? When you don't have it, like you know what I'm saying? Like when you can't just pop on the TV. I mean, we're just so programmed to have TVs on all the time. I grew up with TVs in my bedroom like my whole life.
Yeah.
I mean, first of all, I didn't have a bedroom until like a real bedroom until I was like 15, but I slept in the living room, so it was a fucking TV right there. You know what I'm saying? That is how I do everything. Like I have TVs all over this fucking place.
Yeah.
Like any room I go in, I have to turn on the TV. It's just one of it's just one of those things. And when you don't have it, it makes a big deal. Yeah.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden you're like, because it's just there is something like comforting, like even having France Australia on, like right now as we're just like in the background, like, oh, okay, like just like there's something about it. And from where my office is now, which I still got to get set up behind me and stuff like that, and figure out an extension cord because I realize this isn't going to reach my desk. The little things you learn when you're moving into a new place,
Yeah.
But I can see I got a TV in my office. But then I also have like a TV in like the rec room that I can see. That's like a big ass TV, so I can kind of like have two things going while I'm sitting work. Yeah, which is good, man. I'm excited. But I got to say, so I was all fired up. So my dad was like, "Hey, what are you doing during the U.S. game?" And I was like, "No, I'm just like moving stuff in." Like he was like, "Oh, maybe I'll come over." He's amazingly helpful anyway. He was like, I'd love to watch the game there with you. I was like, hell yeah. So it was great. Got to watch Team USA. It was great for the first half, man, at least. And then it's amazing because I'm watching that first half and I think this Team USA, and I know they, called it a true golden generation with all these teenagers we have on the roster and all this young talent that plays obviously in Europe. And like you could just see it, right? Like you watch Team USA,
no,
and I'm
they're
just
good.
like, okay, yeah, this is like the most obviously fast, skilled, talented team I've seen in my lifetime, right? And dude, it just felt like they got up 1-0 and they played to win the game 1-0, and it ended up biting them in the ass. Waited too long for subs. We never saw Rainier. I was so disappointed because it was so obviously beneath what this group is capable of, tying Wales in that game.
But that's kind of how we always play, like just as a country. You know what I'm saying? Like the way we play soccer is like they usually get up and then they just try not to lose. You know what I'm saying? Like what the fuck are we doing? Like, try to score more goals, guys. Like,
Yeah.
in the second half, and it just felt like they were, like you said, the one goal was enough. And I don't know if you can play in the World Cup like that, where you think you're just going to win a match 1-0.
Right, exactly. Like it was really strange, and it was like obvious to see, and I don't pretend to know anything about
Yeah,
this
that's what I'm saying.
coach.
Like I would,
But
yeah.
but all I know is all my friends who know and love soccer all were like, well, of course, this is like they were not surprised based on how they felt about the coach going in. But I, it's gonna. First of all, that first goal was just gorgeous. It was like just beautiful, beautiful soccer. But now, see, tying that game, now all of a sudden, like, whereas the match with England in group play was maybe going to feel like gravy, right? Like you just take care of Wales and you take care of Iran. Now all of a sudden, like that match is gonna try and maybe have to tie that match, depending on how much you beat Iran by. It might come down to who scores more goals against Iran, right?
I think they need to win. I think they need to win on Friday, and earlier we were talking about it, and I was saying, it's going to put a lot of pressure on the USA and all this stuff. But just seeing how talented they are and watching them play yesterday, they could step up. You know what I'm saying? Like they could step up, and it could be like an epic match on Friday. Like this could be like one of those like things, you know what I'm saying, where they just step up and it's one of those, not real. I mean, it'd be an upset, but it'd be like one of those big wins for us as a country. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If they could do this, especially on Friday, everybody would be watching this shit. Like,
yeah,
and they're talented enough to do it. So, I mean, I'm kind of riding with them on Friday. I think they can win on Friday.
You think they can beat England?
I think they can, and I mean, they haven't played in the World Cup in 8 years, but this group is talented. And like you said, we got all those young guys. A lot of them play in Europe. I just think this could be a one of those. It's setting up for us to have one of those epic kind of matches.
Hey, the defensive midfielder who's the captain, who's nasty, had a really good game the other day. Oh my gosh, dude's name, Tyler Adams. He is from the town next to where I grew up. He's from.
Oh, really?
He's from Wappingers Falls. Yeah. So I grew up in Fishkill. So I played soccer growing up for Wappingers Falls. That's who I played soccer for.
I seen there was a couple of guys from Jersey too.
Yeah, goalies from Jersey, I believe. So I don't. Did you see the Ted Lasso stuff? Like the Ted Lasso billboards?
I've seen the billboards. I guess like through social media or whatever.
Yeah. So they put up all these billboards in Ted Lasso's voice, like, written like in all the guys' hometown. So there's one in Wappingers from Ted Lasso to Tyler, which is so sick for me being from there. It's a small town in Dutchess County. And it's funny because the first line he says, I have it in front of me, says, Tyler, you may hail from Wappingers Falls, but in my mind, you're from Wappingers Falls, but always gets the heck back up again, because no matter what gets thrown at you on that pitch, you get back up and go for it. And I'm just like, it's so perfect, Ted Lasso. I just love it, man. Oh, terrific. Have you watched Ted Lasso now?
No, I think I watched I tried to watch the first 2 episodes, or maybe just the first one.
You got to do it. See,
I know I got to watch it.
You got to watch it, man. But one thing, like, obviously for me, that I feel a connection then, right, with Tyler Adams, like, and rooting for him. But what I think is really cool to see, just like you talking about Friday, like everyone's going to be into it. Like, what's cool is all of us can go from this could be a sport that's just like not even in anywhere near our, forget front of our mind, but even our periphery, right? And then people just get into it and they come together for it, man.
Yo, you should see my group chats, bro. Like, I got all kind of group chats. Obviously, I got the group chat with us, and then I got, group chats with my family and stuff. But I got group chats with my boys I grew up with back home, and then I got some. But it's like everybody in the group chat is like, damn, I didn't realize all the bars is packed. Like all of this, like everybody's fucking into the World Cup. So yeah, every 4 years, people it's like you said, it's in everybody's peripheral and all this shit. But when it hits the world stage, because everybody's invested in fucking what they call football over there, but soccer. Everybody's invested in that shit.
Yes.
Like every country, you know what I'm saying? So it turns everybody's fandom up to another notch. And the people that really don't know anything about it just know that, damn, this bar over here is cracking. Let me go watch this match. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So they get into it too. So it's pretty cool.
Dude, I'll never forget watching in 2014 in the city. I watched every game at a bar, and then I watched our loss to. We lost to Germany after the group stage, right? Was that what we lost to? 1-0.
I can't. Atta will know.
Atta will know. Atta will text us. I think we lost to Germany in the group stage. When what's his name? The goalie made just a million saves. Was it Tim Howard?
I know one year what got me really into the World Cup.
Belgium, we lost to. Yeah.
I know one year what got me into the World Cup. I won like the pool twice.
Ooh, really?
I won it when I was with the Indians or the Guardians, and then I won it when I was with the Yankees one time.
Of course you did, man. Real sports fan coming through. Everyone else is like, what? No, Tommy Canley was a big soccer fan too, right? Oh, but you guys didn't. He wasn't there when the World Cup was going on.
No, he wasn't.
He wasn't there yet.
No.
Right?
You know who used to run the pools is Sato.
Oh, really?
Sato is a huge soccer fan.
Jorge Posada would run the pools.
Yeah,
wow.
and he really was into it. You know what I'm saying? And obviously, when he was there, me and him were really close.
Yeah.
So got me into it.
That's cool, man. My Troy Benjamin, the producer of the Yankees, who's my good buddy, he runs a pool for us for World Cup. He does a knockout for NFL, and then he does World Cup. And I didn't
shout out to the people that run the pools, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Shout out to them.
Yeah, because that's some real work, and those are the real fucking fans. You know what I'm saying?
So true,
and they turn their friends into fans by fucking gambling on it. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. That's actually a great point. I never would have expected a shout out to land with the people who run the pools today, but it's so appropriate. See.
It is because of shit like this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right, man. Yeah, dude. Yeah, in 2014, I watched in the city, and then I watched the elimination game against Belgium. I was in LA, but the atmosphere was unbelievable. Who did we beat dramatically in the group play again in 2014? We had some dramatic goal in one of the group play games in 2014. I mean, the lefty striker had that crazy goal from like 30 feet out in like our second game. I forget what the heck his name was. Something Jones, maybe. But I just remember the announcer going like, with the cracker. And I was like, I've never heard like just a laser kick called a cracker before, but I thought it was hilarious and I loved it, which I love great soccer play-by-play guys. But yeah, man. But anyway, point of all this meandering is to say the atmosphere in the city was unbelievable and it was intoxicating. And if you weren't already in it, the second you stepped foot in that bar, it became important to you because you felt a sense of community. And look, it's one of the reasons why, even as all of our entertainment systems get upgraded, and I was right on Jones, Jermaine Jones against Portugal. And all of our entertainment systems get upgraded or whatever, why we all still go to stadiums and we still go to arenas, because there's something about the energy you feel as a community pulling for the same thing, not knowing how it's going to unfold, that just can't be duplicated when it comes to the human experience. And the bar for this kind of event feels like that. See, it feels like one of those unique human experiences that's just so awesome.
But that's why I like to go to Europe and watch fucking soccer over there. And that's why I love to go to Chelsea and Manchester United and all these different places, because that shit is that real to them for a regular fucking game on Tuesday night.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it don't have to be the World Cup for it to be that serious to them over there. So I love that shit. As a sports fan, like being in that on just a random fucking Thursday and you walking in Chelsea and it's like because it's their neighborhood. That's their fucking team. Like
that's what's so crazy.
Really their team. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's only if it's like that with the Yankees in the Bronx.
Yeah.
Like the Bronx residents, like that's their fucking squad. You know what I'm saying? No matter it is what it is. So when you get that feeling, you just like it's awesome to be a part of that.
Dude, I got to do that. That's like a bucket list thing for my cousin and my godson and his twin sister live in London. And like one of the things I love is just going there and feeling the neighborhood feel, even aside from soccer, and like, oh, go to our local pub, you know, everybody's in there getting dinner and like you kind of, you know each other. Like I can't imagine what that feels like when it's like game day and everybody's going there together, everybody's watching together.
You know what's crazy is that I've been to Paris a couple of times. I've been with Amber a bunch, and we've been to Paris, and I'm like, so me and Peck went over there a couple of years ago to go to a PSG match, and I'm thinking like it's Paris, like it's not gonna be fucking where the fucking stadium is, and when you get over there, like for the fucking soccer match in PSG, it's insane. Cause I've never been in an atmosphere like that in my life, ever.
Wow, man,
this shit was insane. Cause it's crazy.
Wow. By the way, Mbappe just scored.
Yeah.
3-1 France over Australia. Yeah, see, we should that should be an R2C2 trip at some point, man, to a game in Europe, man. Oh, I got to do that. I've watched games cuz Napoli is my team, and I've been in Italy and watched Napoli when I'm in the Amalfi Coast, which is, part of that region. And that was amazing to me.
I'm sure it's crazy in Italy too, huh?
Yeah, really cool. But I can't imagine what it's like to be like in one of those neighborhoods in London before like a crazy Premier League matchup, man.
When I went to PSG, remember they were playing Napoli?
Yes, they were
playing Napoli that day.
Yes, they were, man.
It was a Champions League match.
I would go with my buddy Justin Shackle, who actually filled in for me the other day on the Nets when I had COVID. And we both became Napoli fans, and just because of having family from that area. And we would go to like, there's a great place in the city called Ribalta that is an awesome like brick oven pizza spot, but just like great Italian food. And like they have a pull down drop screen for all the games, for all the Napoli games, and it's a sick atmosphere. Like like they'll all play the song when a goal is scored and everything. It's great,
dope.
Man. Yeah, it's sick, but it's just fun. It's fun. Do you have a prediction for how far the U.S. goes and who ends up winning this thing?
No, I mean I don't. For the U.S., hopefully they just get out the group stage. To be honest,
I know. We need that. See,
huh?
We need that. We need to get out of the group
That's
stage.
That's what I'm saying.
Man.
I mean, hopefully they. I mean, like I said, I think they're gonna win on Friday.
Okay, I like it.
I think they win on Friday.
What time's Friday's game?
2.
Okay.
Or good. I just said 1. I think it's 2.
Well, it's probably 1 with the BS coverage time, and then
the
2
Fox
p.m.
time.
start. Yeah. You know what's funny? Like
I don't want to watch the Fox bullshit.
But most people will say like, "Here's the start time," and then coverage begins, or they'll just say coverage begins at 1. Start time is 2. These people act like the game start like soccer. They always do this. Yeah.
Fox has been killing me with that.
Yeah. They literally have cost you sleep. See,
they've cost me sleep.
By the way, just to clean up a couple of things we brought up, I feel like we're like PTI and we have Tony Reale, Stat Boy, with us. Thanks to Atta and Jackson today.
You gotta have that when we're talking about soccer. You know what I'm saying? We're like casual fans of this shit.
Yes, exactly. And Atta is a massive, massive soccer fan. So if Wales and the U.S. both beat Iran, then goal differential versus England and Iran would be the next deciders. And then Argentina, this morning games was on a 36-game unbeaten streak. Saudi Arabia was a 125-1 live underdog when they were down 1-0 in that game. And then came back to win.
That's crazy, man.
Crazy, man. So crazy. See, we also have the other kind of football, the one we're more familiar with in this country, for Thanksgiving, man. And your Raiders, how about Devontae Adams, huh?
Devontae Adams is a beast, cuz.
Is that my fantasy team?
Absolute fucking animal.
Yeah, he's crushing.
He's the only player that we have on offense. Josh Jacobs is legit too, but he's the only receiver we have, guys. And he was wide open all the time. You know how good you have to be wide open? Like, your routes have to be so fucking crisp. Yeah. Like, that shit is insane, bro. He's insane.
He's Do you what you guys won this past Sunday, right? When he had the big
Yeah,
game?
we won. He walked it off.
Oh, that's right.
He was
What was did you see the thing today about them trademarking for like Just Win City or something like that?
no. Where'd you
Yeah,
see
man.
that at? There was a story about them.
Yeah, let me see. I'm gonna look it up, like Raiders trademark, because you're gonna.
Oh God.
Yeah, because they're getting panned because it's like something about winning, and it's like,
Hey, give us some time, bro. Hey,
Yo, here it is.
you need to be concerned about Thursday.
Oh, the Giants are gonna get killed by the Cowboys on Thursday.
But then that's gonna be fucking 2 in a row.
No, I'm very much worried about what's going to happen the rest of the season. Losing to the Lions was bad, and we also Robinson
losing to the Lions might have fucked y'all up.
I agree, because I think you're going to need 9 wins to get in, and I am not totally convinced they're finding a way to 2 more wins the rest of the year. I don't know.
They could, but the Lions win was one of them.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying.
Yes.
Like that was one of their wins.
And just to put a button on this, the Raiders filed a trademark for Win City, filing claims that Win City will be used as a slogan for the team.
I don't like it.
3-7.
I don't like
3-7.
I don't like it.
Oh my gosh. No, dude, the Giants have issues because they couldn't produce points before, and now Robinson's out. They're cornered. Their top, their Dory Jackson's out. So yeah,
Thursday's the first time in a long time where we're getting like some good games, though.
Wow,
you know what I'm saying?
3 games, man.
It's like 5 of the 6 teams I think have winning records, which is awesome.
You're
you know
right.
What I'm saying? We haven't had that in a long time, and the NFL's been fucking up on these Thursday night games. These Prime Video games have been trash.
You need a different schedule.
You need a different schedule. Last week's was good. I think it was the Packers and the Titans. I think that ended up being a good game.
Yeah.
But every week before that, they have fucking missed, guys. So
it's funny because I feel like Al Michaels also hasn't hidden how he's felt about the schedule.
But he was good last week though, because it was a good game. You know what I'm saying?
No. I'm saying I'm not saying his work. I'm saying
no.
He
was
verbally
just is
not afraid to tell you oh, this is some game,
I mean, it's Al Michaels, cuz.
He can say whatever he wants,
too.
man.
Him and Hershey are a good booth, cuz.
It's a great booth.
And they got a good broadcast. It's like they got all them former players on there. Like they do good interviews and shit. The games have just been fucking trash.
Yeah, last week was a good one with the Packers and Titans. So we get Bills, Lions at 12:30 on Thanksgiving. Really good game. Especially the Lions coming off that win. The Bills obviously being, one
the
of
Bills
the more
are good.
teams.
You just don't know which Bills team's gonna show up. And it's most of the time, you know what I'm saying, would have to do kind of with Josh Allen.
I want them to win the Super Bowl so bad. I want them to get that, man, for that fan base.
I think Pat Mahomes, cuz, is just too good right now.
I know, but I want it so bad for Buffalo. Then we get Giants Dallas, which is going to be, obviously it's an incredibly important game in the standings. And then Pats Vikings is an interesting final game, man. That Minnesota crowd's going to be crazy. The Patriots, although their offense is dreadful, their defense is incredible, and they're doing Patriot things, 6-4.
Yeah,
so.
And the Vikings are fun to watch because they are fun. They just you cannot drop back against Dallas and just throw the ball you can't. It's no way. It's impossible to just drop back and throw the ball. And the Vikings, I don't know what the fuck they thought they was going to do. You got to hand the ball off.
Yeah.
Because you can't, you just drop back. You let them boys get after you. It's going to be a long fucking day for your quarterback.
Giants are going to need Saquon to have a big day against Dallas. That's how you got to beat him. But
he definitely just going to have to equalize that D-line because you can't just continue to drop back. They too fucking fast and strong, cuz.
Yeah. And also, in the Giants' case, too, they just do not have the kind of weapons you need in a passing game to be able to score enough points to beat really good teams consistently, You
know what's crazy? It seems like it's a lot of teams like that, right?
Yeah.
It's a lot of teams that are the teams that are really good, like the Eagles, the teams that are really good have a really good receiver.
Yeah.
Except for the Raiders. They have the best receiver.
Yeah, and
but the teams that are like just in the middle,
yeah,
they just missing like a number one real receiver.
it's true.
Whether it's fucking the Packers, whether it's the Titans, whether it's the Giants, it's just it's a weird thing.
You know, I just wanted to ask you a random question that came to my mind because you're talking about what a big sports fan you are, and you are, and I think our audience knows that. What's the most angry you've ever been at a loss for one of the teams you root for? That you can, or most upset, whether you were angry or you were just upset.
That's kind of, I mean, that's week to week, bro. Like Sunday, most of Sunday I was fucking pissed off until we fucking actually won. I mean, I guess the most Super Bowl, when we lost in the Super Bowl, we got booed. I left at halftime, cuz.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
You had seen enough of Derek Brooks.
That shit was ridiculous.
Yeah.
That was a bad fucking Sunday. Yeah. But like, I mean, they all bad when the Raiders lose.
Yeah. You know, it's interesting. I think the most mad I've ever been at a loss was when the Giants blew that playoff game to the 49ers.
What year was that?
Might have been like 2002 or something. When they blew the huge lead to the 49ers. Now, that the pain of that doesn't sit with me any longer because
was that the T.O. when T.O. caught the ball at the end of the game? Yeah.
That was the pointing at the. That was when Trey Junkin with the missed snap at the end when they blew the huge lead. They almost had a chance to win it. That was with Strahan pointing to the scoreboard.
Is that I remember those type of like Niner wins. Because I was always rooting for the other team. Like, I was rooting for the Giants. You know what I'm saying?
So it was a painful day for you, too.
Painful fucking day. Which is crazy, right? Like, that's fucking psychotic that I think about the 49ers in that way, too.
It just gives you more to care about. Oh, my gosh. It's, it's funny, though, because the Giants won, and had two incredible Super Bowl runs after that, it has assuaged any kind of like lingering pain from that loss, if that makes sense. Like, because it's like my team gave me something, but I can't imagine for the fan bases, and there are so many of them that suffer losses like that in the playoffs and that are still waiting for the ultimate triumph. Like, say, being a Jet fan or being a Raider fan, right? Like, you've had these crushing losses. And you haven't had something to make up for it after.
You never get the flip side of it. You know what's crazy is that, but like the Saints fucking won the Super Bowl, guys. Like they were the worst fucking franchise in football. You know what I'm saying? Growing up, so that just gives me hope that like the Raiders could actually win a Super Bowl, guys.
I hope they do for you, man.
I mean, that's the only thing that I can hold on to.
Do you think, I've often thought Cowboys Raiders would be the highest rated Super Bowl ever?
Oh my God, it'd be insane.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if there's a matchup where that would rate higher than Cowboys Raiders.
They would almost have to play that like somewhere where it's like 100,000. You know what I'm saying?
They go to Wembley?
You would have to. Like, that shit would be insane.
Oh my gosh. Yo, they should have a Super Bowl at Wembley at some point.
I bet you they will.
That would be sick. That would be
Football
so sick.
Football is huge, guys.
Yeah.
American football is huge. Like, it's huge.
Oh, and
like,
you could see that game in Germany a couple weeks ago?
Yeah.
Sick. By the way, Jackson Safon, one of our outstanding producers here, said his moment was he was 7. He was a big Red Sox fan when the Red Sox lost on the Boone home run. And he said right before the at-bat, he said, "I'm not worried about Boone." and then he cried. I know that feeling of crying after a playoff loss. Like, oh my gosh. Game 7, 0-1 World Series, even though I just experienced 4 out of 5, I was so upset after the Yankees lost that game.
I remember crying after Kirk Gibson hit the home run against Dennis Eckersley.
Against your A's?
Yeah. I think I was 8.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember, like, when Mike and the Mad Dog used to say, like, when fans would be like, oh, you know, they were talking about championship runs and I was this year's old, they'd be like, oh, that doesn't count. Like, you know, they'd be like, oh, you were 10, that doesn't count. You didn't experience it. And I'm like, what are you talking about, man? Like,
you fully absorb that shit when you're that young. You know what I'm saying? Nobody takes that shit harder except for the fucking players.
Yes, man. As
when
a
you
kid,
that, yeah, oh my God, that shit is crushing.
Crushing.
You got to go to school. You know what I'm saying? So like for me, and then because it was so many teams here too, so many teams in the Bay like that you could root. So it was two for everything. So yeah, if you didn't root for the right team, some shit happened to your squad because you got to go to school with that.
Oh, awful! It was awful. Atta says for him, it's every day as a Knicks fan since the finals in '99, minus the 1 month of Linsanity.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like the Knicks are worse than the Raiders.
Well, and think about this, dude. The most painful for the Knicks is '94. Like in '94, you're up 3-2 in those finals. You feel like you're going to win, and you don't, and you'll never forget John Starks' Game 7.
Are you a Knicks fan? You a Knicks fan?
At that time, I was. At that time, I was a Knicks fan. So I cried.
Oh, yeah, now you can, yeah.
Yeah, but I honestly, basketball was weird for me because I was a Knicks fan, and then when Kobe came into the league, he became my favorite player. And it sort of started to time up with when, like, the Knicks started losing because it was, like, sort of the end of the Sprewell, Allen Houston days. And so I became a Lakers fan. Like, and I was always a diehard Yankee fan, diehard Giant fan. But with basketball, I was weird. And so I just, like, dropped the Knicks, like, for Kobe and never looked back.
I think basketball is just one of those sports where you identify with the person more than you do with the team.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So, like that's like I grew up a fucking Bulls fan in fucking California because you like Michael Jordan. Yeah, of course. Like
So the reason I started rooting for the Knicks in the beginning, I loved Derek Harper. That was like and then I loved Allen Houston. And so it was like those were the guys I rooted for. But yeah, man, that '94 loss, oh my gosh, that was just the Game 7. I remember I was crying, and then I heard that the Rockets dropped the trophy, and the ball fell off the Larry O'Brien trophy, and it made me happy. I was like, it somehow made me feel satisfied. See, it's kind of fun, just like doing some of our walk down memory lane. Feels very fitting for Thanksgiving and our sports fandom.
Yeah, for sure. This is where we always go, though. Like these, you know what I'm saying? We always get these episodes for the fans. So hopefully they, like you said, they can listen to this into their final destination for a good Thanksgiving.
Amen. We're so thankful for you guys as an audience, for the way you ride with R2C2. I know C and I, no matter where we are, we always have people coming up to us telling us how much we love the pod. And so to everybody, have a beautiful, healthy, happy Thanksgiving with your loved ones. Truly, truly hope you have a day full of joy and wonderful football on TV. And C, have a great time with family, man. I'm glad you're getting a much-needed day after the last couple weeks you've had, man.
I appreciate it.
Peace, everybody.
Peace.